So let's go from something to like something we hate.
I just feel like,
Let's talk about the Warner Brothers Discovery garbage fire still rolling down the hill.
for fuck's sake.
So I don't know. I saw the rumor that they only have enough money to release 2 movies.
We talked about that a little
Black
bit.
Adam and Don't Worry, Darling. Which, Don't Worry, Darling, I could do a whole fucking episode on the drama
What the
behind that
fuck
movie.
is this? Don't Worry, Darling?
It's Olivia Wilde's movie.
Oh, who cares?
I do, because the drama's nuts. And you should care, too.
I heard about this.
We need more female directors.
Who got kicked off the movie?
Based on Shia, what he gave up.
Okay, he got kicked off, right?
He left, but she said she fired him, and he said he quit. And he shared receipts of, like, DMs and texts and a video of her pleading for him to stay on the movie. So clearly he quit, and she didn't fire him. Because there was some weird tension between Shia and Florence Pugh, and Florence Pugh was kind of like, I don't want to work with him.
Huh.
And there was scheduling conflicts with rehearsals and things like that, or whatever the case may be. While this was shown at CinemaCon, Olivia Wilde was served divorce papers from Jason Sudeikis because she was hooking up with Harry Styles, because Harry Styles is the replacement for Shia LaBeouf. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. And can I just say,
which I gotta say, this better be the best movie of her career for all the shit she's had to go through.
Let's hang on here. A movie with a title like "Don't Worry, Darling." Is it Darling or Darlene?
Darling.
Darlene?
Ling. Darling.
Yeah, Jesus. I was asking if it was, kind of Darlene.
Because why would it be about Darlene?
No, I was asking first if it
Don't
was
worry,
Darlene, like, slang.
Yes. Yeah, because then...
But it's ing,
yes,
right?
Darlene.
ING.
No, I thought you said Darlene.
I just have to say, and again, there's a lot of types of movies that I don't really care for. Period pieces, stuff that doesn't feature giant lizards. But I gotta be honest. This does not sound like a movie that has to be made. Maybe just cut bait and fucking move on. You think? Maybe it just.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. This isn't The Godfather. This isn't Star Wars. This isn't A League of Their Own. This isn't Hot Rod. This isn't a movie that has to be made for the human race to survive.
Hot Rod.
Got any other better movies to talk about? Those are, for me, the 4 best
I don't
ever.
know. I don't believe that's true, that they don't have enough money. It's fucking Warner Brothers. Of course they have money. I don't buy that.
No, I'm saying, like, with all the drama behind the scenes with people being replaced and whatnot, it's like, hey, just who cares?
Yeah.
It does not sound like a movie. They must have paid a fortune to get the rights to it. That's why they have to make it.
Well, I feel upset. I just feel bad for Olivia Wilde because...
I feel bad for all of you who work on that movie.
You don't even know what it's about.
Fair.
But because I want to see more female directors, but I feel like she seems kind of in the wrong here, and she seems like she's difficult to work with at some points. But I don't know. I feel like everybody in Hollywood is.
She's a woman.
No, I think everyone in Hollywood is difficult to work with. I was just look. The reason I bring this up is because that is what's been rumored, that the only 2 movies are coming out is that and Black Adam. I don't buy that. But because of that, movies have been shuffled again. Believe it or not, DC movies have been delayed once again. Shazam! Fear of the Gods and Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom have been moved. Shazam will go on March 17th, where Aquaman was supposed to be 2023, and Aquaman is moved to Christmas Day 2023.
I don't give a fuck.
The Shazam one, I think, works a little bit better for them because they said the reason they moved Shazam from the December 21st date, it wasn't that they didn't mind competing against Avatar. It was because Avatar bought all the IMAX screenings that they wanted, so they wouldn't be able to release the movie in IMAX. And that's why they moved the date to March 17th.
Okay.
And Aquaman, they're saying that they don't have the visual effects done. Or I don't think they came out and said that, but that's the rumor, is that it's the visual effects that aren't working. Which, what are you doing?
Reading about what the stupid movie is about and why it has to be made.
We're not even talking about it
I'm
anymore.
still listening to you.
We've moved on. But Don't Worry, Darling. Why are you looking it up? Just so you could look at this plot synopsis on Wikipedia and be mad about it?
I want to know what the fuck
just
is
wanna
so
be-
goddamn important
You
that it has
just-
to be.
You just want to be right.
You know what? Here you go. Here's the premise that's
Oh, son
so
of a bitch.
goddamn important. Alice and Jack Chambers are a young, happy couple in the 1950s living in the seemingly perfect company town of Victory, California, which has been created and paid for by the mysterious company Jack is working for. Curiosity about the nature of her husband's work on the secret Victory Project begins to consume Alice, while cracks begin to form in their utopian life as her investigation of the project raises tensions within the community. Who fucking cares?
Sounds like it'd be a fun movie, honestly.
Okay.
I'd be interested in it. I watch other things.
That
than
was really
superhero-
awful the way. Okay. Like, jeez.
Yeah. I think it's
You've
fun.
been a dick to me the whole show. Oh.
Well, I got mad at you because I thought you said "Don't worry, Darlene," and I'm like, "That's not the title."
Well, you got mad at me. But
I'm sorry.
I'm just hoping that we get a comment on this one where it's like, uh-oh, sounds like the couple's fighting.
I think it matters to Olivia Wilde. But anyway, I'm a little annoyed.
Fair enough. You're right. And you know what? We've been talking a lot about representation and everything, and you're right. I should be a lot more fair and say that this is maybe, like her, this is, the thing that she's working on that she really wants to get right and really,
Yeah.
and things might be falling apart around her. And I've been there, I don't dislike Olivia Wilde. I don't really care for her. I've never really seen her in anything.
Yeah.
But I do know that she cheated on her husband.
With Harry Styles.
You know what? So would I, Olivia. Fuck.
Maybe that's why you don't like the movie. You're such a Sudeikis guy. You're like, how dare she?
No, I'm saying, like, dude, if I was married to Jason Sudeikis and Harry Styles was like, Tyler,
Give me some of that dick.
you want some watermelon sugar high? I'd be like, fuck yeah. Looks like I'm gay, folks. No. Because that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not a choice.
It's not gay if it's Harry Styles, I'm pretty sure.
And that's the thing, too. I think most my guy friends would be like, yeah, man, I mean, it's Harry Styles, dude. I mean, what are you going to do?
But, like, how long is this movie?
But still, she
I'm
Yeah.
trying to talk about Aquaman. How long has this movie been in production where it's like we still haven't got the visual effects done? So my assumption is there's a lot of really...
I thought Aquaman, the first one, was a joke until I actually saw it. And then I was like, oh, they actually made that? Holy shit.
One of the dumber movies I've seen, but enjoyable.
Way to release that title and that shit to Entourage, you fucking numbnutses.
What?
Or was it Green Lantern?
What?
DC released one of their properties to Entourage so they're in-universe projects.
Oh, yeah, it was Entourage. It
Yeah.
was Aquaman. But, I mean, it's HBO show, so wouldn't HBO already have it?
No, I'm saying, like, if there had been a question of it, like, hey, can we use Aquaman for this? I would have been like, no, go fuck yourselves. Your show is fucking terrible.
I'm just wondering...
And it's creating a whole generation of
I'm
toxic
just-
assholes.
I'm just wondering what these visual effects could be that they're taking this long to get finished. But
Is it just computer stuff, you think?
I think they haven't really said why they were delayed,
Hmm.
other than because James Wan said at CinemaCon, he's like, I don't know if this movie's ready to be released in this time frame, which again really puts your confidence in a
What
studio.
the fuck are you guys doing? Just stop making movies
Here
altogether.
we go.
You guys don't know what the fuck
No, they're not
doing.
even going to do... fine, don't make movies, but also don't make animated offerings because they don't like those either.
Oh.
Warner Brothers Discovery, as we found out earlier this week,
Right.
had 6 animated offerings on HBO Max that they're passing on or shopping around.
Okay.
Merry Little Batman, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, Bye Bye Bunny, a Looney Tunes musical, Did I Do That to the Holidays, a Steve Urkel story, and The Amazing World of Gumball, the movie, and then the big one being Batman Cape Crusader.
How the fuck can I get in on the bidding on that Urkel cartoon? I will literally create a streaming channel just called Tyler Streams Urkel, and it'll be
Did
on
Tyler
there
do that?
24/7. Just that.
Looked like it was, but I guess. Look, I fucking don't like this Zaslav guy because he clearly. I understand what they have been doing in a business sense of like they inherited a massive debt. They're trying to clean house and fix this debt as much as they can.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like you could do that, and there's some problem. Some of those projects that I read, you could argue should be cut, but I'm not here to say that because, like I've said before with this stuff with Warner Brothers Discovery, it's just you can't. I don't understand how they could be this far in debt, where they have to just keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. I just don't get it. I don't understand.
I texted you the other day. What did I say?
Something about you
I'm
didn't want to
gonna disown DC. If they axe all these other things and keep the Flash, fuck you. I'm not gonna care.
I'm gonna have to make another podcast off panel off DC. Just talk about it.
No, I'll talk about the stuff with you, but I'm just saying
you don't want to give them money.
As a casual fan, which is where you all make your fucking bread and butter, and you know it. The more casual fans you get to come to your fucking movies, the better it is for you.
That's why you make it for a wide audience.
Right. But I don't go see DC movies in the theaters, and here's why. I don't need to for the last couple of years. And before that, I didn't want to waste my money. I knew it would be a month or two before it came out. I could read about the spoilers online and not give a shit because I'm not maybe as invested in the DC stuff as I am in the Marvel, right?
Right.
But even then, when I was invested in the DC stuff, I didn't care because it was like...
But see, that mentality right there is also another reason why they could argue, like, that's why we got rid of Batgirl, because it sucked.
Fair enough, but you know what?
That we already have this bad reputation.
Sure.
We're trying to build that back.
Great, but you know what? I'm just not going to see anything you guys put out anymore. I'm just not. I just don't care.
Especially when, allegedly, they were aiding and abetting Ezra Miller because they filmed reshoots for The Flash in the summer. Allegedly. I don't have any proof of that. That's,
has
just been a rumor. That's
how I can
out.
prove it?
Probably
He's still getting paid. That's fucking...
They're still letting him do press.
First day law school, motherfuckers. Shit.
Yeah.
We had no knowledge of... Shut up, lawyer dude. Bring down the CEO. We got the tar and feathers. Come on.
And the really frustrating thing for me is I don't understand how one guy could come in and say, well, we've got to merge these two apps. We have to completely destroy the reputation of one of them.
What's that?
HBO Max. Because HBO Max, I feel like most people...
Oh, is that how they're trying to just make it HBO?
Well, no.
Or HBO...
Whatever the fuck they're going to call that Disney... The Discovery Plus HBO Max shit. But, like, most people, myself included, would probably say that HBO Max is probably the best streaming app out there. I think the interface is great. There's a lot of great content on there from not only HBO, but all of their other Warner properties.
If you're talking about straight up, like, accessibility and stuff, HBO Max is one of the better ones.
And that's the main reason I have it, is because it has all the most of the DC catalog, pretty much all of the DC catalog.
The reason why I don't is because the shows that I usually watch are not on anymore, and I'm not huge into DC like you are.
And to see that they clearly don't care about animation, which is something that they always...
I thought that was the cover to the Van Halen album, 1984.
This picture of my child.
I know, but out of the corner of my eye, it looks like the baby from the...
But to be a studio that is known for its animation, Warner Brothers Animation has consistently been around, made money, and you could say those direct-to-DVD animated movies don't make a ton of money, but there's still myself included, a passionate fan base behind them. I love DC animated content. And then to see them just say, fuck it, and throw it in the bin and just be like, well, if we keep these, we'll still have these studios. And yes, a lot of those shows I mentioned are going to be shopped, and they're going to find networks, or they're going to find streaming services. But it's like, why would you get rid of something you already own? Other than tax write-offs, other than being a business, it's like how can you look at something like Batman Cape Crusader, that was going to have the team from the original animated series, which is regarded as one of the best superhero animated shows ever made, and also the same team that made the fucking Justice League Unlimited cartoon that's fantastic, and the Superman cartoon is great. Bruce Timm knew his shit and knew what
Yeah.
he was doing. He had very rare misses when he's done this animation.
You
stuff.
remember what Jon Favreau did for Star Wars on Disney Plus? That's what Bruce Timm was going to do for your fucking
I've talked
fledgling
about
crap.
it on this podcast. They created a whole new Batman, Batman Beyond, and it went into the comics, and it's become a part of the main DC continuity. So these guys are a part of the DNA of Warner Brothers, and you're going to say, no, that's fine. We'll let it go to Netflix or Apple TV or whatever and not care. It's like, how can you have that little regard for something like this who has fucking built you up?
Yeah.
Those shows on Cartoon Network
This is
were
money.
fucking ratings giants.
Hey, money in the bank. Make a Batman property.
And you know what?
money.
And
it doesn't
Tyler-
even matter if
and
it's a
Tyler-
cartoon or a movie or a TV show. Money in the bank.
You know what else? It's not just that. It's just like, okay, they're returning to this. And most of the people that grew up on that Batman show, seeing Bruce Timm and these guys work on this again, it's a chance because most of those people, like myself, have kids now, and they can share that show with their kids and be like, this is the kind of Batman show I had growing up.
Yeah.
But and it's not like the show's going to die. I just saw a report that it's getting high bids from Netflix and Apple TV Plus,
Sure.
Hulu.
It'll be played somewhere.
And it's like, they'll find a home, but it's like, how you're leaving fucking money on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And you're continuing to destroy your reputation as a service. And I honestly don't know, other than maybe laziness because it auto bills, I don't even know why I still fucking have your app, because you've shown to me you don't give a shit about what I want to watch.
I got to be honest, too, and I've been telling you this for a couple of weeks. The fact that your big tentpole that you keep advertising is this shitty prequel series, man,
you know
fuck
what?
off,
I like
man.
House of the Dragon.
I know. Have you been watching it?
I watched the first episode. The
Yeah.
second episode is coming out. We're recording this on Sunday, so
Tonight?
by the time this goes live, I had already watched it. Probably,
Yeah.
I might watch.
Was
it
it good?
Monday. I like the first episode.
You didn't want to just tear your eyeballs out and throw them on the ground, squish them under your feet?
I think it's a return to form after what happened with
Oh, really?
season 8.
You don't regard here's what I regard Game of Thrones as. A bunch of lucky seasons, and then the
well,
final season where they showed exactly what kind of artists
Did
they
you
are.
watch it?
Uh-huh.
Did
No,
you?
I didn't watch the last
Then
season.
shut up.
I don't need to watch the last season. I heard enough about
It's
it.
George R. Martin's fault. He
Okay.
couldn't finish writing the books, and then he threw the fucking show writers
Weren't
under
they
the
not
bus.
even like exactly?
He threw them under the bus.
Oh,
because he
well, they
said
should be.
they went
Fuck those guys.
they went past the books, and he said
Don't-
allegedly he had given them the ending that he was going to do in the books, and they kind of followed that a little bit and kind of went the way he went, and then he was like, no, that's not how I was going to end it. And it's like, well, fuck you, George R. R. Martin.
You know what? Fuck all of you. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.